Good afternoon, Capricorn. Welcome to Peace of Warriors Tarot. This will be your reading for October 2022. Let's get it started. I invoke Haru right quick. I invoke thee, E-A-O, that thou wilt send Haru, your great angel that is set upon the operation of the secret wisdom, to lay his hands invisibly upon these consecrated cards of light, that thereby we may obtain knowledge of hidden things in the glory of thy ineffable name. Amen. Okay. Glad to be here, Capricorn. I'm going to just call in my higher power right quick. Spirit. Spirit, I call upon thee. Please allow me to see what cannot be seen, so I may know your vision and help spread your messages to all the Capricorns out there who seek your love and kindness for the month of October 2022. Please and thank you kindly, Spirit. Okay, Capricorn. If you'd like to schedule a personal reading with me, all my information should be on the page. So, yeah. Sticky cards today. Sticky table, too. I know you, Capricorn, you probably keep a nice upkeep. You wouldn't allow a sticky table or sticky cards in your universe. But here we are, and I'm sorry this reading is coming in a little bit late. Let's see what we have going on for you in the month of October. One more shuffle and a shake. And we get right to it. Thanks for being here. Let's do it. Okay. In your pure consciousness, part of the matter, you have Wheel of Fortune. Jupiterian energy. Very nice. For wisdom, for actions you can take in the month of October, for the observer, okay, we have the Queen of Wands, watery part of fire. For the observed, for understanding, for what needs to be understood for Capricorn in the month of October 2022, you have the World. Okay. For the subjective experience, what you need to be grateful for, your mercy, Capricorn, is represented by the Ten of Pentacles, Virgo energy. Severity, challenges you may face, the objective world. All these are represented by the Chariots, Cancerian energy. Beauty, the Philosopher's Stone, the advice from Spirit, is represented by the Page of Swords. The will and the way, your thoughts and emotions, are represented by Three of Cups, Cancerian energy. This is your victory. Your glory, the how and the way and the how, methods and means, will be represented by the Judgment card. Your personal subconscious, your Christ consciousness, your inner child will be represented by the Knight of Cups, fiery part of water. Your embodiments, your kingdom, your overall energy, your overall outcome will be represented by the Ace of Swords. All right, Capricorn. Thank you, Haru. Thank you, Spirit. And thank you, Capricorn, for being here. It's really good to see you. It's to you. Too many newcomers. It's just tea. So just relax. And let's get into it. Alright, the head of the tree here, we have Wheel of Fortune and your pure consciousness. So Wheel of Fortune basically talks of things going one way and then things going another way. I want to say it's pretty basic, but it is kind of tricky to see from time to time. I want to say that during the month of October, things are going to be completely going your way or completely not going your way, and it all depends on your perspective. And when it comes to Wheel of Fortune, you want your perspective to be right here in the middle, right? You don't want it to be out here. You don't want to be affected too much by your outer environments, even though it is kind of hard not to be affected by those kind of things. But you see, as it turns around and around, Capricorn, it stays the same. The only thing that changes is your perspective, right? You can see the card is upside down, but if you keep your focus in the middle, seems like nothing changes, right? And it's the same thing with the card. Now this is in your pure consciousness, your crown, your head chakra, if you will, your crown chakra. So yeah, things are going to feel a little up and down for the month of October. Just stay focused on the middle here, okay? Don't get too affected by the outside, if you can. All right. And your wisdom, actions you can take. The Observer, you have the Queen of Wands, the watery part of fire. Queen of Wands is Leo energy, I believe, and the Queen of Wands, well, she's representing spirit, spiritual energy, right? The wands, fire. But she's not very showy about it, right? She's cool, she's calm, she's collected. She has this little black cat here, and she doesn't care if it bothers anybody. She has this nice little pretty flower here. We don't really know why she has it, but she has it, she likes it. And we got the Leo right here with the lions. As far as actions you could take, it's almost like when something happens to you this month or something, when something is happening and you feel like, I need to do something, this is talking to my spirit, I need to answer it, I need to do something. It's almost like there's nothing to be done, right? It's like when you move to a new place and it takes like all this work and you have to do all this stuff, and there are also times when you just have to wait and sit around and there's really nothing to be done. That's the kind of energy I'm getting off this card, which is weird because it's coming up under the actions you can take. But sometimes the wisest action you can take, Capricorn, is to do nothing. Now I know you are ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is a mofo of a planet, especially for a rulership. And it's hard for you to be still, to be calm, to be just one, right? But try really hard. Do some shadow work, meditate, take yourself to a movie. When you have downtime, enjoy the downtime. And remember, don't get too affected by anything outside of your control, because that Wheel of Fortune is going to seem like it's going up and down this month. So, all right. Okay. It's hot in here. Yeah, okay. Very hot in here. All right. The Observed. Understanding. What you need to understand in the month of October is represented by the World. The World is the last card in the major arcana, and the World represents a major ending of some sort. Maybe you have ended a relationship. Maybe you're over something, right? Maybe you're in a job where it's just like, I'm done with this. Maybe you recently graduated from something like that, right? Some kind of major ending has ended. And maybe you don't seem to get that yet. Maybe you haven't had your graduation, your party. Maybe you haven't had, I hate saying this word, closure, as it were, right? So we have the lady here, she has the 2 wands. The Magician in the beginning of the major arcana had 1 wand, but she's got 2 because she's done, she's completed. She's naked almost, but she's got that thing over her privates to, give her a little privacy, but also because, you know, we don't know what her sex is. She could be either one, but let's not get into that. It's not really important. All right, we have the infinity symbol up here and down here, symbolizing that it is the end, but also, it's not the end. It's just the beginning of something else. As soon as the world card comes up and you think it's all over and it's like, yay, okay, we did it, we're done, it's over, but something else is going to come up right away. As soon as you understand this, whatever it is, the ending for you, then the next thing starts up. All right? Hope that made sense. Okay. The subjective experience for you, your mercy, things you need to be grateful for. This is Ten of Pentacles. Funny little bit I read about this. This is the only card in the tarot that, if you look at this, bam, 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 10, you got the Tree of Life right there, and that's exactly the spread we're working with here. If you could see it, you would see that it matches that, but you know, it's okay. So yeah, this card has to deal with legacy, with what you leave behind. Ultimate material fulfillment, maybe. Alright, we have an old man here. He was the magician who became the hermit and eventually became this guy. Right? Some say he's the King of Pentacles, and maybe he is. Who's to say he's not? Alright, we have two people right here, and they're supposed to be his children. Alright, and they're talking about something. It looks like they're having an argument, and we're not really sure what about. We have the dogs here. The dogs are loyal to him because dogs are loyal. And we have a little kid here sticking with the old man because, you know, they don't pay attention too much to the kid or the old man because such is life, and also they are very close to the same spiritual realm that is not here. So in your subjective experience, Capricorn, something's coming to an end, so maybe you're thinking, okay, what do I have to show for it? Where's my Ten of Pentacles? It's a good card. It's a card we all want to get, but it could also mean that you're focusing on the wrong things, right? These people, maybe they're a little spoiled. Maybe they're focused on the wrong things. Or maybe they should be paying attention to their kid here, taking care of the old man, not ignoring him, right? Paying too much attention to the pentacles, too in the matrix, as it were. So, for your subjective experience, Capricorn, you are a little materialistic. And that's fine, who isn't? We all like things. And pentacles are of the earth. Maybe what you need to be grateful for is everything you have here. Or just the desire to have everything you have here. If there's something in the world that you don't have yet but still want, go for it, strive for it. It's not over, even though you have a major ending here. It's not over. There's still stuff here that you want. Your journey's not over. I feel like this is what you need to be grateful for. The wanting, right? The desire. Because desire can be a bitch and it can mess with your head, right? I'm a Buddhist, so I'm all about that. I'm not really Buddhist, but what I say stands. Doug Stanhope said in Louis C.K.'s show that when you lose the desire to just do stuff, that's when it's really over. That's when you should just, you know, paraphrasing. So something's coming to an end. There's not much to do, but there's still a lot that you want to accomplish. So be grateful for that. Focus on it, brainstorm upon it. Figure out what it is that is your Ten of Pentacles. Okay? Don't get into an existential funk about anything, if you can. Easier said than done. Okay, and the objective world. In the objective world, you have the Chariot. And this is also severity and your challenges for the month. So this is pretty clear to me. Chariot is moving on, right? Chariot is the body. It's moving away from what is comfortable, right? We got the houses and the castles back here, and they represent what's comfortable, what's familiar. The charioteer is moving away from what is comfortable, from what is known, what is familiar. Moving towards what he needs to do, what he wants. Capricorn, this is you. This is what you're having trouble with in the month of October. Maybe you can't figure out how to get to here, right? You want to get from here to there. You just don't know the way yet, spiritually speaking. Maybe you haven't understood yet, right? That it's time to get moving, because this is over, this is over, this is an ending. And you want to be moving on to something else, even if you don't know it yet. Wheel of Fortune, too, can also indicate you waiting for something to happen on this wheel to say, okay, now it's time to go. And on the Chariot, now it's time. No. It's never the right time to do anything. Ready. What knows ready, right? Yoda, very wise character. There's no such thing as ready. There's just action or not action. I'm harping on this because it's a very pretty card. I like looking at it. But it's your challenge. And I understand this. I understand moving on from something can be it can suck. And getting this kind of energy, this fast acting kind of, I know what I'm doing. I know, even if I don't know, I'm going to get moving. I get my legs moving. Let's get going. Yeehaw. I don't know where that came from. Yeehaw, cowboy. Okay? Light, dark, balanced. They're not attached to the car, but they are part of the charioteer. Get this in balance. I say that's a good start. Get away from what's comfortable. See what's out there. And maybe then you'll find what it is that you need to move on to, as it were. In the old objective world, right? Okay, Capricorn. The Philosopher's Stone, the beauty, the advice from Spirit, brought to you by the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is a messenger. He knows what's up. Look at him. See how he's standing? He knows what's up. He knows what's up. But also, he might not know what's up. He's very thirsty for information. Swords are of the mind, intellect. I feel like what Spirit is trying to tell you here is that this is beautiful. Whatever you've done, whatever you've completed is great. Having more ambition too, that's also great. But also, figure it out. Figure out what you don't know yet. Page of Wands is cool, but he thinks he knows everything, or she thinks she knows everything. She doesn't. She's just a page, or he's just a page. That's why he wants to know more, so he can say, oh yeah? Oh, okay, tell me. Yeah. Okay, that's cool, but you know what? You're wrong. Yeah, you're wrong, because I know, because I'm the Page of Swords. That's what's up. Seriously, that's kind of the energy of this card. And it's, more negative light. So I feel like Spirit is trying to tell me, you don't know everything. You don't know everything. You know a lot. You've come to a big ending here, but there's a lot more to be held, to be happened, to go through, to discover, to learn. It's hot in here. It's hard to think. Okay. But also for the time being, take the time to congratulate who you are, celebrate who you are, and just kind of just relax, chill out. Look, it's almost like she's telling him, hey, buddy, it's cool. We're going to figure out what the next thing is, but just take it easy, all right? Have a seat. Take a seat. Let me tell you a story about the Queen of Wands. All right? This is your advice from Spirit. Just know that you don't know everything. You do know a lot in knowing that. All right, Capricorn. Your emotions, your thoughts, The will and the way, represented by the Three of Cups. This is your victory. Abundance. That's what this card is about. The cups are emotions, and looks like in the month of October, you're killing it for emotions, right? You have more than enough emotions to go around, and these are good emotions. This is before the suit of cups gets a little murky, let's say, right? Because there's emotions, there's good emotions, and then there's, the other emotions. And we need both, because we can't have one without the other. But for you, Capricorn, I digress, in this month, you're killing it, right? Look at these three goddesses, they're cheering and say, yes, we did it, we're awesome, let's celebrate. Celebrate good times, blue skies, not one cloud in that sky. You're feeling good, show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands, but if you don't like clapping your hands, do something else that you do like, all right? Understand that this is something to be celebrated. You made it from the Fool's Journey all the way to the world, and that's great. Celebrate it. Be glad in it, as they say, right? Understand it, drink it in, and celebrate it with those you love, or others who have been with you on the journey. Don't do anything crazy. Don't jump off of any rooftops. Just kind of chill out with that energy. Feel happy, feel good. You don't always have to be working around trying to figure out, how am I going to get to this Ten of Pentacles, right? Even though you want to be. Abundance. You're doing fine this month, emotionally speaking. Doing good. Celebrate it. See all this food and all this stuff back here? All speaks to the emotions. Feeling good, don't waste it. All right? Okay, Capricorn. Methods, means, the how and the way. Your victory, brought to you by the Judgment. And the Judgment is, it's about a new time, a new age, right? A lot of people say that time doesn't exist. To a certain extent, they're right. But time also lets us know when it's time, what's up, right? And we got to do something, right? I have a little timer here in my video, lets me know when to move on to the next card, right? So Judgment is all about when it's a new time to do something, right? And you have this world here that you need to understand has come to an end. And once you understand this, Capricorn, I feel once you understand this, that's when you figure out what comes next, right? And this is how you move on. This is how you get into this chariot. So it's not going to be so easy for you. But this is how you get there. This is how you make the climb on the tree of life, so to speak. This is how you do it. You take the time, you make the right call. Right? This angel, Archangel Gabriel, he's telling people, you gotta go down, you gotta go up, some of you gotta stay, because we have no idea. And you gotta figure that out for yourself. What do I do next? Why do I want to do it? What am I doing it for? Is it going to bring me close to that Ten of Pentacles? Do I really care about that Ten of Pentacles? Which you obviously do. Or maybe I have no idea. And you don't have any idea. But you will. Once you realize that it's a new dawn, it's a new age, and you're feeling good. And I know that's a song. But that's what I'm getting here intuitively, alright? For you, it's a new dawn. It's a new time. It's time to move on to something. I'm getting that in many places in this reading for you, Capricorn. Which is awesome, but it can also be bittersweet too. I get it. I get that. Because who doesn't want to live in the past? The past was awesome. Why? Because we can remember it. Future, who wants to go on to that? That's all dark and scary. We don't know what that is. But we must, alright? Okay, your subconscious beliefs, your Christ consciousness, your inner child, as it were, is brought to you by the Knight of Swords, and this is your foundation. Okay, fiery part of water. Knight of Cups Well, he's a knight, so he likes to take action. He acts on his emotions, but he's not like the Knight of Swords who just gets a thought and is just off to the races, right? He's more of a balanced, calm, relaxed kind of energy. Excuse me. Kind of like the Queen of Wands. Fiery part of water, watery part of fire. Coincidence, I don't like to think of there is such a thing, okay? They're almost the same energy, but are they? Are they? Your foundation, your wisdom, both of them, just kind of take it easy, right? Masculine energy, feminine energy. Very interesting. Your spirit is saying, okay, we're good for now. And your emotions are saying, I really want to do something else. I really want to move on. I really want to take some kind of action. Now, this doesn't mean you have to take no action just because I'm telling. First of all, whatever I tell you, you decide what to do. Don't. You know that. All right. You don't need me telling you that. What I can tell you is that the Knight of Cups, he just kind of takes it easy, but he follows his heart, right? He follows his heart. He would recognize when something is coming to an end, or she. And she would recognize, or he would recognize, when it's time to get into that chariot and move on. And this is your foundation, your subconscious beliefs, but also know when it's time to figure out what comes next. Okay? It's a good energy. It's a handsome energy. People like the Knight of Cups, right? He's a little, what's the word, shallow. You know, he's a little into himself. He's taking it easy, and that's definitely the vibe I'm getting for you for the month of October 2022. Just take it easy. Gonna be lots of ups and downs, right? As you very well know. And deep down, you know, I just gotta take it easy. Gotta stay in the center of that wheel. Okay, Capricorn? Now. Excuse me, this is where it gets interesting. Yeah. Your kingdom, your embodiments, your overall outcomes brought to you by the Ace of Swords. Oh, Ace of Swords. Potential, right? Swords, again, are of the intellect, and this is the hand of God or spirit or whatever you subscribe to, coming down and saying, hey, this is you. This is your idea. This is your sword. Take it. It's yours, right? We have the crown here, symbolizing the head, and we have military might. And it's saying to me, intuitively, that you're going to figure out what it is you need to do next by the end of this month. And it's going to be like a light bulb kind of moment for you. If it's not a light bulb kind of moment for you, it'll just be kind of a, like that famous meme, right? Now, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be just handed to you, although it might. Remember, this is the way to get there. And also remember that this is just potential. You realizing this is good, is great, but also it needs to be acted upon, which is good because you're ready for action. So it's like he's looking at that. It's like, yeah, I know that's for me, but I'm waiting for it to come. Even this Page of Swords, right? Switch around here. It's like Spirit's telling you, just wait. Just wait. I know you want to do something. I know you're ready, but just wait for what I have in store for you. You're going to love it. This is an understanding, too. This is knowing something. And what you need to understand in this month is that something has come to an end so that something else can begin, right? So that you can work on these 10 of Pentacles that you want so very badly. I'm not judging you, just saying we all want them. Okay, and that's the reading, all right? I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for being here, Capricorn. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you like what I do here on the channel, please subscribe so we help it grow, go up big and strong and healthy and all that stuff. Until next month, sayonara. Don't get any on you, Capricorn. Mwah! Love you so much. Bye-bye.